here's what Iran says. Iran's foreign ministry has issued a statement condemning U.S. attack on commercial vessel and abduction of crew and families. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Islamic Republic of Iran has condemned the criminal. It calls the act of seizure a criminal and illegal attack by the United States on Iranian commercial vessel Touska in the Sea of Oman near Iran's territorial waters. Let's go across to Mayank now. Mayank, we know what Nikki Haley has claimed. She says it has chemical components that are used in missile, and then she also underlines what everybody knows, which is the link or the relationship between China and Iran. She says, let's not ignore how China is trying to prop up the regime of Iran again. Meanwhile, Iran, of course, retaliating, registering its protest against the act.
See, there is no second word, or there was never doubt between the kind of relationship which China and Iran share. But then the important aspect is actually there are certain materials which have a dual use character, which means they can be used for, let's say, a chemical which can be used for maybe fertilizers production, and that can also be used for creation of explosive material also. So, I mean, let's wait for further details. As far as Nikki Haley has highlighted the kind of containers, which is almost 5,000 containers, as the reports have been that this container ship is carrying almost 5,000 containers, and which were post the Marines rappelled down on this this vessel. They had started doing investigations, and they found out what, if Nikki Haley is to be believed, is the kind of chemicals which are, would have helped in production of missiles. So having said that, as I have already brought out, there are lots of chemicals, materials which have dual use and which can be used for multiple purposes, even creation of detergents also. Mind it. Soaps and detergents and fertilizers and all these, like there are lots of chemicals which can be of dual use. So that's why I'm saying that let us wait for further details which comes out, and only after that we'll be able to surmise or come to a conclusion that what kind of material was being ferried. But then as far as the relationship between China and Iran is concerned, it doesn't remain to just trade only. Because in military purposes also, on geopolitical plank also, you saw that same reflecting during the UN resolution which was forwarded against Iran. On that, even Russia came together. So Russia and China, they had voted against it.
Absolutely. And they've openly given their support to Iran. They've openly criticized US and Israel. And this also reminds me of a threat that came in from Donald Trump when he said that all those who are supplying military weapons to Iran will have to face tariff and sanctions. We'll talk about that as well. But let's focus on the route here, on what happened with this particular vessel, Touska. And this is the entire stretch, the Strait of Hormuz. Now, there's a U.S. naval blockade here. Now, this vessel, Touska, according to reports, was trying to evade the blockade. And apparently, there were warnings that were given to the vessel, but the vessel was not, and the operators of this vessel were not willing to back down. That's when the mariners boarded the vessel and they carried out an entire search operation. Now, Touska was headed towards the Bandar Abbas port. But before that could take place, the search operation was carried out. This vessel was disabled, then seized. Nikki Haley says it had material, chemical material that is used in missiles. But like Mayank is pointing out, at the moment, what we know so far as per reports is that these materials, the chemical components, have dual use. They might be used in missiles, but in other things too. Srinjoy and Mayank, do stay on with us. We have more breaking inputs